Now that the U.S. 8th Air Force has dropped its last bomb on Germany, I've invited you here that I might have the opportunity of telling you and the people at home some facts which I could not tell you before the contribution to the victory in Europe, made by approximately 300,000 men and women who have served with the 8th Air Force. Our first objective was defeat of the Luftwaffe. It was more than an objective, it was our mandate from the Allied Joint Chiefs of Staff, and a keystone upon which all hope and plans for a successful invasion of Europe were built. It was a must. We began and pressed this campaign in daylight for two reasons. One, we believed it was the most effective way to hit the many widely scattered and frequently isolated aircraft plants. Two, we deliberately intended to precipitate large-scale air battles because inflicting heavy losses on the German Air Force in being was essential to air supremacy before invasion. Most of that campaign is familiar to you. It wasn't easy. Neutralization of the Luftwaffe was not only a campaign against a powerful enemy force, but a race against time. It had to be done in time to permit land invasion during the favorable summer weather of 1944. Early in 1944, the long-range fighter, which had been continuously in development, came into the air battle of Germany in sufficient numbers to win for us in this period of our greatest crisis. In effect, of all, this was manifest in D-Day, when the Luftwaffe didn't seriously contest the invasion because it was unable to. Apart from large destruction of German planes in combat, it was very conservatively estimated that 8th Air Force bombardment of German aircraft factories during the first 5 months of 1944 alone kept at least 5,000 enemy fighters from reaching the front. This came at a time when it hurt the Germans most. In a single battle on January 14, 1945, 8th Air Force fighters shot down 161 German aircraft. Of our fighters lost that day, only one was known loss to enemy fighters. 6 others lost to unknown causes might have been lost through flak or fighter action. The full effect of the men and women of the 8th and other Allied strategic forces have had in assuring Allied victory, saving Allied lives, and hastening the end of the war in Europe cannot yet be conveniently measured. Our mission was to render the Luftwaffe incapable of defense against land invasion and to reduce the effectiveness and mobility of the German army, which was the model of modern mobile warfare. I believe that in the picture behind the fall of Germany, which now begins to be revealed from sources inside Germany, the role of strategic bombing will be very impressive. But as to what caused the downfall of Nazi Germany, I say it was teamwork, the greatest and most complex team effort in history. The team was composed of production men, the agencies which delivered the goods, and all of the armed forces of the Allied nations which used them.